Good afternoon, all. Welcome to the lecture of number theory. I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. In last lecture, we have seen what are the pseudo prime and absolute pseudo prime numbers. Okay. Let us see some examples. If P and Q are distinct primes, then P to the power Q minus 1 plus Q to the power P minus 1 is congruent to 1 modulo P into Q. Okay, so here given that P and Q are two distinct primes, and we have to prove that P to the power Q minus 1 plus Q to the power P minus 1 is congruent to 1 modulo P into Q. Okay, solution. Given P and Q are distinct primes. Okay, as they are distinct primes, then what is the GCD of these two integers P and Q?
1.
Which implies GCD of P and Q will be equal to 1. As GCD of P equal to 1, which is an prime number, and P does not divide Q, then by Fermat's theorem, okay, here what is the value of A? A is nothing but Q and P be a prime. Then Q to the power P minus 1 is congruent to
1 mod P.
1 modulo P. Okay, now which implies P divides Q to the power P minus 1 minus 1, and clearly whether Q divides Q to the power P minus 1, P is a prime number. As it is a prime number, it must be greater or equal by 2. Then Q divides Q to the power some positive number. हे ऑलवेज पॉसिबल आहे ना?
Yes, sir.
P हा प्राईम नंबर आहे, याचा अर्थ तो एक तर 2 असेल किंवा 2 पेक्षा मोठा असेल. 2 जरी असला कमीत कमी तरी 2 minus 1 काय येणार आहे? Q आहे. Q डिवाइड्स Q. जर 2 नसेल तर 3 असेल. Q divides Q square and so on. Okay, which implies as Q divides Q to the power P minus 1, then what is the remainder when Q to the power P minus 1 is divisible by Q? Which implies Q divides Q to the power P minus 1, that is Q to the power P minus 1 is divisible by Q. Then what should be the remainder?
0.
Q to the power P minus 1 is congruent to 0 modulo Q. Let us take this one as equation 1 and this one as equation 2. Similarly, as here we have considered P does not divide Q. If suppose as P and Q are two distinct primes, then Q also does not divide P. That is, P is not divisible by Q. So here value of P is A is nothing but P. Again, we have to use the Fermat theorem. Then by Fermat theorem, A is nothing but P, which implies P to the power Q minus 1 is congruent to 1 modulo Q. Take this one as equation 3. And also P divides P to the power Q minus 1. Here again Q is a prime number, then it must be greater or equal by 2. Therefore P always divides P to the power Q minus 1. That is, P to the power Q minus 1 is congruent to 0 modulo P. Take this one as equation 4. Now we know the result of congruence, that is if A is congruent to B modulo n and C is congruent to D modulo n, then A plus C is congruent to B plus D modulo n. So here we have to add equation 1 and 4 and equation 2 and 3. Add equation 1 and 4, we get 4. We get equation 1 is nothing but Q to the power P minus 1 is congruent to 1 modulo Q, and equation 4 is nothing but p to the power q minus 1 is congruent to 0 modulo p. Then it is, after adding we get p to the power q minus 1 plus q to the power p minus 1 is congruent to 1 plus 0, that is 1 modulo p. So it is nothing but p to the power q minus 1 plus q to the power p minus 1 is congruent to 1 plus 0, that is 1 modulo p. And similarly, add equation 2 and 3, we get p to the power q minus 1 plus q to the power p minus 1 congruent to 1 modulo q. Okay, take this one as equation 5 and this one as equation 6. So from equation 5 and 6, equation 5 and 6, as here p to the power q minus 1 plus q to the power p minus 1 is congruent to 1 modulo p, that is p divides the difference of this integer a minus this b. Similarly, this one is a and this one is b. Therefore, from equation 5 and 6, here we have to use the definition of congruence, which implies p divides p to the power q minus 1 plus q to the power p minus 1 minus of 1, and q divides p to the power q minus 1 plus q to the power p minus 1 minus of 1. So here p and q are two distinct primes who divides the same number, that is p divides this a, and similarly b divides p divides some integer a, and similarly q also divides some integer a, and GCD of p and q will be equal to 1. Then product of these two integers p q must divides a, which implies p into q divides p to the power q minus 1 plus q to the power p minus 1 minus of 1. But p into q is nothing but, that is, here again we have to use the definition of congruence. Then by definition of congruence we get p to the power q minus 1 plus q to the power p minus 1 is congruent to 1 modulo p into q, and that is we have to prove, hence the result. Okay, कुणाला काही डाऊट यामध्ये?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, next example will be use Fermat's theorem to verify that (17) divides 11 to the power 104 plus 1. So here we have to use the Fermat's theorem to solve this problem. What is the value of p here? As we have to use the
17.
Fermat's theorem, then we have to find out the values of p and a. The value of p will be equal to 17 and value of a is
11.
11. So here p is nothing but 17 and a equal to 11, and p does not divides a, that is 17 does not divides 11. Then we can use the Fermat's theorem. Then by Fermat's theorem, e to the power p minus 1 is congruent to 1 modulo p, that is 11 to the power p minus 1, 17 minus 1, which is 16, congruent to 1 modulo 17. Now we have to take the value of k in such a way that 11 to the power 16 becomes 11 to the power some 104, that is close to 104. If we take 11 to the power 16 to the power 7, then which is nothing but I think 112, which is larger than 104. Take 11 to the power 16 to the power 6, congruent to 1 to the power 6 modulo 70. 11 to the power 16 into 6 is nothing but
96.
which is 96, congruent to 1 modulo 70. Take this one as equation 1. Now 11 square will be 121, and 121 is congruent to which number under modulo 17? 17 into 7, I think 119. 119 means remainder will be
2.
2, which implies 11 square is congruent to 2 modulo 17, which implies 11 square to the power 4 is congruent to 2 raised to 4 modulo 17. Which is nothing but 11 to the power 8 congruent to 2 raised to 4 is 16 modulo 7. What is the value of 16 over modulo 17? काय येईल value?
-1.
-1. Okay, so here 11 to the power 96 is congruent to 1 modulo 17 and 11 to the power 8 is congruent to minus of 1 modulo 17. Again, we have to use the result, that is A is congruent to B modulo n and C is congruent to D modulo n, which implies A into C is congruent to B into D modulo n. That is 11 to the power 96 into 11 to the power 8 congruent to 1 into -1 modulo 17. Okay, so 11 to the power 96 into 11 to the power 8 is nothing but 11 to the power 96 plus 8, which is 104, congruent to 1 into -1 minus of 1 modulo 17. Again, here we have to use the definition of congruency, as A is congruent to B modulo n, which implies n divides the difference of these two integers A and B, that is 11 to the power 104 minus of -1, that is this one is nothing but 17 divides 11 to the power 104 plus 1, and that is we have to prove. Okay, this prove करायचं होतं ना?
Yes, sir.
आतापर्यंत कुणाला काही डाऊट? जर डाऊट नसेल तर आपण नेक्स्ट थेरम बघू.
No, sir.
Okay, now the next concept is nothing but Wilson's theorem. Okay, it is seed statement. For any prime P, any prime P minus 1 factorial is congruent to minus of 1 modulo P. Okay, so here we have to take one prime and we have to show that this result, that is P minus 1 factorial, is congruent to minus of 1 modulo P, and this is true for all primes P. Seeds prove. Okay, now for P equal to 2 and 3, the result is trivial. Okay, since if we take P equal to 2, if P equal to 2, then it is nothing but 1 factorial. 1 factorial is congruent to minus of 1 modulo 2, that is 1 minus of minus, which is plus 1, that is 2 is congruent, that is 2 divides the difference of 1 minus of 1, that is 2 divides 2. And if P equal to 3, then it is 3 factorial, sorry, 3 minus 1, 2 factorial, congruent to minus of 1 modulo 3. 2 factorial is 2, and which implies 2 congruent, 2 is congruent to minus of 1 modulo 3, that is 3 divides the difference of 2 and minus 1, that is 2 minus of minus 1, that is again plus 3, therefore 3 divides 3, therefore for P equal to 2 and 3, the result is trivial. कळतंय का हे?
Yes, sir.
P equal to जर 2 असेल तर 2 minus 1 factorial काय येईल? 1 factorial, 1 factorial 1च असेल. 1 हा congruent कशाला असेल? -1 modulo 2 ला. 1 minus of 1 हा 2 चे येईल, म्हणजे 2 डिवाइड करेल 2 ला. Similarly for 3 also, 3 minus 1 factorial is 2 factorial, 2 factorial is 2, 2 minus of 1 is 3, and 3 divides 3. Therefore for P equal to 2 and 3, the result is trivial. So let us take P is greater than 3. Okay, now let A be an integer, let A be any integer from 1, 2, 3 up to so on P minus 1, that is A be any integer from these P minus 1 integers. As here P is a prime number and A be any integer among these P minus 1 integer, then what is the GCD of A and P? P is a prime number and A takes value in between these P minus 1 numbers, then GCD of A and P must be equal to 1. As GCD of A equal to P, GCD of A and P will be equal to 1, then consider the linear congruence, the linear congruence Ax congruent to 1 modulo P. And how many solution for this linear congruence? GCD of A and P. But GCD of A and P will be equal to 1. Then this linear congruence has unique solution.
Only one solution. Yes, sir.
Having unique solution modulo P. Unique solution modulo. Let us suppose that unique solution be some A dash. Let A dash be a solution of the linear congruence Ax congruent to 1 modulo P such that A dash takes one of the value from these P minus 1 integers, that is 0, 1, 2 up to so on, P minus 1, 1, 2, 3 up to so on, P minus 1. As GCD of A and P will be equal to 1, then this linear congruence A is congruent to 1 modulo P has a unique solution. That solution we have considered A dash, and A dash takes one of the values in between these P minus 1 integers. So here A dash be a unique integer, which implies A dash be a unique integer such that A dash is lies between 1 to P minus 1. Okay, Ax congruent to 1 modulo P ला एक युनिक सोल्युशन आहे. ती युनिक सोल्युशन आपण A dash अज्युम केलं. A dash चे व्हॅल्यू काय पॉसिबल आहेत 1 2 3 अप टू सो ऑन P minus 1. पण तसा GCD of A and P equal to 1, hence the solution must be unique. Therefore A dash lies in between 1 to P minus 1, and such a dash will be an unique integer. But here we have to claim that A equal to A dash if and only if A equal to 1 or A equal to P minus 1. That is we have to claim. This one we have to prove. Okay, consider A equal to A dash. If suppose A equal to A dash, then we have to prove that either A is 1 or it is P minus 1. As A equal to A dash, then the linear congruence A dash congruent to 1 modulo P becomes A square congruent to 1 modulo P. That is, as A is nothing but A dash, and A dash is a solution of this linear congruence. It implies A dash is congruent to 1 modulo P. But here we have taken A equal to A dash. A equal to A dash, then this linear congruence becomes A square congruent to 1 modulo P. Consider A equal to A dash, which implies the linear congruence A dash congruent to 1 modulo P becomes A square congruent to 1 modulo P. Okay. A equal to A dash, then this the linear congruence A dash is congruent to 1 modulo P is nothing but A square congruent to 1 modulo P. And if A dash congruent to 1 modulo P is nothing but A square congruent to 1 modulo P, then it implies that A equal to A dash. That is, this one is if and only if. That is, these two steps are equivalent. Now, if A square is congruent to 1 modulo P, then by the definition of congruence, P divides the difference of these two integers A square and 1, which implies P divides A square minus 1 implies and implied by P divides A square minus 1, that is A square minus B square, which is nothing but A minus B into A plus B. As here B is 1, therefore P divides A minus 1 into A plus 1. But there is one result. If P divides A into B, then
P divides either A or B.
P divides A or P divides B. Okay, now again here we have to use the definition of congruence. P divides A minus 1, which implies A is congruent to 1 modulo P, or A is congruent to minus of 1 modulo P. That is, A is congruent to 1 modulo P. What is the value of minus 1 over modulo P? Just we have to subtract my 1 from P.
P minus 1.
P minus 1, that is, which is congruent to P minus 1 modulo P. Therefore, value of A over modulo P is nothing but either it is 1 or A equal to P minus 1. And these are the if and only if statements. If we go reverse, that is A is congruent to, that is A equal to 1, then A is congruent to 1 modulo P, that is from this step A is congruent to 1 modulo P or A is congruent to minus 1 modulo P, which implies P divides A minus 1 or P divides A plus 1, and so on. We get A equal to A dash. Okay. So this one will be true. So if A is different from 1 and P minus 1, then A dash is not equal to A. A dash A च्या इक्वल कधी आहे, जर A हा 1 असेल किंवा P minus 1 असेल. जर Aच ह्या दोघांपेक्षा डिफरंट आहे, म्हणजे 1 ही नाहीये, P minus 1 ही नाहीये, म्हणजे A dash नक्की त्याच्यापेक्षा वेगळा असेल काहीतरी. कळते का हे?
Yes, sir.
ओके. म्हणजे A ची व्हॅल्यू जर 1 आणखी P minus 1 सोडून दुसरी कोणतीही जर व्हॅल्यू असेल तर A dash आणि A हे दोन्ही सेम नाहीयेत. मग टोटल इंटीजर किती होते आपल्याकडे, 1 2 3 up to 1 P minus 1. टोटल नंबर ऑफ इंटीजर्स आर P minus 1. So here we have to omit these two numbers, that is 1 and P minus 1. Since for these numbers A and A dash are same. इथं तुम्हाला टोटल P minus 1 इंटीजर मधून A इक्वल टू A dash कधी कधी मिळतो, जर A 1 असेल आणखी P minus 1 असेल. हे दोन केसेस जर तुम्ही सोडला तर तुम्हाला परत ही सोल्युशन मिळणार आहे. Ax congruent to 1 modulo P has a unique solution, that is A dash. म्हणजे A dash congruent to 1 modulo A dash congruent to 1 modulo P ला जर सोल्युशन असेल आणखी तेही 1 आणि P minus 1 सोडून, तर या टोटल P minus 1 इंटीजर मधून दोन इंटीजर गेल्यानंतर किती इंटीजर राहतील?
P minus 3.
P minus 3 राहतील. आणखी त्या P minus 3 इंटीजर मध्ये तुम्हाला सोल्युशन मिळणार आहे. कशाला? या लिनियर कॉन्ग्रुअन्सला A dash congruent to 1 modulo P. आणखी त्यासाठी काय आहे, तुम्हाला A आणि A dash दोन्ही सेम नाहीयेत, कारण दोन्ही सेम असलेली दोन इंटीजर आपण ऑलरेडी काढून टाकलेत, 1 आणि P minus 1. म्हणजे या P minus 3 इंटीजर मधून A आणि A dash नेहमी डिस्टिंक्ट असतील.
Yes, sir.
मग जर ते दोघं डिस्टिंक्ट असतील तर आपल्याला असे किती पेअर मिळतील ज्यासाठी A dash congruent to 1 modulo P असेल? पेअर पाहिजे, म्हणजे मला एकदा मी A घेतला तरी A dash सुद्धा आला पाहिजे, म्हणजे टोटल P minus 3/2 पेअर मिळतील का?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if A is different from 1 and P minus 1, then A dash is not equal to A, and we obtain P minus 3/2 pair of A dash such that A into A dash is congruent to 1 modulo P. यात कुणाला काही डाऊट आहे का?
No, sir.
म्हणजे टोटल तुमच्या राहिलेले इंटीजर म्हणजे 2 पासून टोटल तुमचे राहिलेले इंटीजर काय राहिले तिकडे, 2 3 4 अप टू सो ऑन P minus 2. यामध्ये तुम्हाला किती पेअर मिळणार आहेत? P minus 3/2. Now thus consider 2 into 3 into 4 into up to so on P minus 2. ओके. आता यामध्ये परत तुम्हाला कोणत्या दोन इंटीजरचं प्रोडक्ट, म्हणजे तुम्ही जर 2 चूज केलात तर 2 हा जर तुम्ही A चूज केलात तर याच्यासोबत A dash कोणता येणार आहे माहित नाही, परंतु यातलाच कोणता तरी एक A dash येणार आहे जो की कॉन्ग्रुएंट होणार आहे 1 modulo P ला. तसंच 3 सोबत 3 ला जर तुम्ही A घेतलात तर त्याच्यासोबत ही एक A dash मिळणार आहे, तो की त्या दोघांचं प्रोडक्ट A dash कॉन्ग्रुएंट होणार आहे परत 1 modulo P ला. म्हणजे टोटल जर यांचा प्रोडक्ट घेतला तर हे कॉन्ग्रुएंट असेल का 1 modulo P लाच?
Yes, sir.
Which is congruent to 1 modulo P. Since here for each A we get one A dash such that A dash congruent to 1 modulo P, and there are P minus 3/2 pair of A dash. Since P is a prime, P is prime, it must be P is prime and it is greater than 3, then it must be an odd number. Odd minus odd always even, and even number is always divisible by 2. Therefore we always get a pair A dash such that A dash is congruent to 1 modulo P. So this product is congruent to 1 modulo P, but this product is nothing but whether it is equal to P minus 2 factorial. as here there is no 1, but if we multiply 1, then there
Yes,
is no
sir.
effect on this product. Okay, this is actually nothing but p minus 2 factorial, which is congruent to 1 modulo p. Now multiply by p minus 1 on both sides, we get p minus 2 factorial into p minus 1, and which is congruent to p minus 1 modulo p. P minus 2 factorial into p minus 1 is nothing but
P minus 1 factorial.
p minus 1 factorial, and which is congruent to p minus 1 modulo p. Now what is the value of p minus 1 over modulo p?
Minus 1.
Minus 1 modulo p, and hence the proof. That is, we have to prove na, if p be any prime, then p minus 1 factorial is congruent to minus 1 modulo p. कुणाला काही डाऊट प्रूफ मध्ये?
No, sir.
कोणताही जर प्राइम चूज केला तर आपल्याला प्रूफ काय करायचं होतं? p minus 1 फॅक्टोरियल कॉन्ग्रुएंट पाहिजे minus 1 मॉड्युलो p ला. p इक्वल टू 2 3 ला रिझल्ट ऑब्विसली ट्रू आहे म्हणून ते दोन केस आपण ओमिट केले. त्यानंतर कन्सिडर केला p be a prime which is greater than 3. असा एक इंटिजर a चूज केला ज्याची व्हॅल्यू 1 to p minus 1, म्हणजे या p minus 1 इंटिजर मधून एक व्हॅल्यू या a ची आहे. a ची व्हॅल्यू या p minus 1 इंटिजर मधून आहे. p हा प्राइम नंबर आहे, म्हणजे जीसीडी ऑफ a and p must be equal to 1. As GCD of a and p will be equal to 1, then we have considered one congruence, that is ax congruent to 1 modulo p. But as GCD of a and p will be equal to 1, then this congruence has a unique solution over modulo p, and we have considered that unique solution will be a dash, and a dash takes the value in between these 1 to p minus 1 integers. As it has a unique solution, then value of a dash must be unique. Now here we have claimed that a equal to a dash if and only if a equal to 1 or a equal to p minus 1, and we have proved this one. We have considered a equal to a dash and proved that a equal to 1 or a equal to p minus 1, and its reverse case also, that is if a equal to 1 or a equal to p minus 1, then a must be equal to a dash. Then after that step we have omitted these two integers among these p minus 1 integers, that is 1 and p minus 1, since for these possibilities only a is equal to a dash, and remaining there are p minus 3 integers, that is from 2 to p minus 2. So therefore here we get p minus 3 upon 2 pairs of integers a dash such that a dash is congruent to 1 modulo p. Okay, after that we have considered the product of these remaining p minus 3 integers, that is 2 into 3 into 4 up to so on p minus 2, and which is congruent to 1 modulo p. But here LHS is nothing but the p minus 2 factorial, which is congruent to 1 modulo p. After that we have multiplied on both sides by p minus 1, and we get p minus 1 factorial is congruent to p minus 1 modulo p. But p minus 1, the value of p minus 1 over modulo p is nothing but minus 1, and that is our result. Okay, तुम्हाला काही डाऊट नाहीये ना?
No, sir.
असेल तर सांगा आताच. If there is no doubt, then pick one example. Okay. Let p equal to 13. P equal to 13, then a takes value in between these p minus 1 integers, that is up to 12. But here, as a is an integer from 1 to 12, then GCD of a and p must be equal to 1. GCD of a and p must be equal to 1. Then we have to take the linear congruence a is congruent to 1 modulo p, and which has a unique solution, and that unique solution we will consider some a dash, and a equal to a dash is true for a equal to 1 and a equal to 12. So here we have to omit these two numbers, that is 1 and 12. Then the remaining numbers are 2 3 4 up to so on 11, such that a dash is congruent to 1 modulo p, and this number we have to form. If suppose a equal to 2, then tell me the value of a dash such that 2 into that number is congruent to 1 modulo 13. p equal to prime 13 घेतलंय आपण, त्यामधून a ची व्हॅल्यू काय म्हणून घेतली होती आपण थेरम मध्ये? a ची व्हॅल्यू लाइज करते 1 to p minus 1, that is 1 to 12 पर्यंत, such that GCD of AP will be equal to 1. And now we have to form one linear congruence, that is ax congruent to 1 modulo p. As GCD of AP equal to 1, then it has a unique solution, and that unique solution lies between these numbers, but for a equal to 1 and a equal to 12, a is nothing but a dash. So we have omitted these two numbers, that is 1 and 12. Then the remaining numbers are 2, 3, 4 up to so on 11. So such that a dash is congruent to 1 modulo p. If suppose we have taken a equal to 2, then what is the value of a dash such that 2 into that number is congruent to 1 modulo 13?
7.
2 into 7, which is 14. 14 minus 1, 13 is divisible by 13. Similarly, for 3 into which number is
9.
congruent to 1 modulo 13? 3 into 9, that is 27. 27 minus 1, 26 is divisible by 13. 4 into
10.
is congruent to 1 modulo 13. 5 into
8.
and 6 into
11.
8 into 11 is congruent to 1 modulo 13. So here we get 2 into 7 is congruent to 1 modulo 13, 3 into 9 is congruent to 1 modulo 13, and so on. 6 into 11 is congruent to 1 modulo 13. So now here we have to use the result, that is A is congruent to B modulo n and C is congruent to D modulo n, which implies AC is congruent to B into D modulo n. Therefore we have to take the multiplication of left hand side and which is congruent to the multiplication of right hand side, which implies 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6 into 7, 8, 9, 11, and which is congruent to 1 into 1 into up to so on. That is, with having multiplication is 1 modulo 13. But this multiplication is nothing but 2 into 3 into 4 up to so on 11.
11 factorial.
11 factorial, and which is congruent to 1 modulo 13. Now multiply both sides by 12. Then we get 11 factorial into 12 congruent to 12 modulo 13. 11 factorial into 12 is nothing but
13.
12
factorial.
factorial, and which is congruent to 12 modulo 13. And what is the value of 12 over modulo 13?
-1.
Minus 1 modulo 13. Therefore our result will be true, that is p minus 1 factorial is congruent to minus of 1 modulo p. ओके, कुणाला काही डाऊट एक्झाम्पल मध्ये? आहे नाही काहीतरी सांगा.
No, sir.
Now we have proved that for any prime p minus 1 factorial is congruent to minus 1 modulo p. What about its converse? Whether its converse will be true? If suppose n minus 1 factorial is congruent to minus of 1 modulo n, then whether n is always a prime number or there exists some composite number such that n minus 1 factorial is congruent to minus of 1 modulo n. प्राइम p जर असेल तर p minus 1 factorial आहे congruent, p minus 1 factorial congruent to minus 1 modulo p, हे प्रूव्ड आहे. जर समजा अशा एखाद्या n साठी n minus 1 factorial हा congruent असेल minus 1 modulo n ला, तर n हा ऑलवेज प्राइमच असेल का तसा एखादा कॉम्पोजिट नंबर ही मिळू शकतो? फर्मॅट्स थेरमचं कन्वर्स ट्रू होतं का?
No, sir.
फर्मॅटचं ट्रू नव्हतं, कारण एखाद्या कॉम्पोजिट साठी सुद्धा ए टू दी पॉवर p minus 1 congruent to 1 modulo p असं येऊ शकत होतं, म्हणजेच ए टू दी पॉवर n minus 1 is congruent to 1 modulo n. तसंच विल्सन्स थेरमला पॉसिबल आहे का n minus 1 factorial is congruent to minus 1 modulo n? Converse of Wilson's theorem is also true. That is, if n minus 1 factorial is congruent to minus of 1 modulo n, then n is a prime number. Is a prime number. Okay, let us see its proof. If possible, suppose that n is a composite number. Suppose that n is a composite number. What is the definition of composite number? That is, any integer n is said to be composite number. It is not a prime number.
It is expressed as product of prime number.
Product of prime number, or it has one positive divisor other than 1 and n. बरोबर आहे ना?
Yes, sir.
Suppose that n is a composite number, then there exists a number d, such that d is lies between 1 to n. That is, it is not equal to 1 and it is not equal to n also. Since it is in between 1 to n, and which divides n, and d divides n. Since any number is said to be a composite number if it has at least one positive divisor other than 1 and n. As we have taken n is a composite number, then it has one positive divisor d other than 1 and n. Okay, now d is an integer which lies between 1 to n, that is, it is not equal to 1 and not equal to n, which implies d divides n minus 1 factorial. याला डिवाइड करेल का तो? d हा असा इंटीजर आहे जे की 1 ते n च्या मध्ये, म्हणजे 1 ही नाहीये पण आणखीन n ही नाहीये, म्हणजे इन बिटवीन काहीतरी नंबर आहे, म्हणजे या n minus 1 फॅक्टोरियल मधलाच कोणता तरी एक नंबर असेल.
Yes, sir.
हे कळतंय का बघा? जर नाही कळलं तर आता सांगा. d हा एक पॉझिटिव्ह डिवायझर आहे कोणाचा? n चा. त्याची व्हॅल्यू कुठून कुठपर्यंत आहे? 1 to n पर्यंत, पण 1 ही नाहीये, n ही नाहीये, म्हणजे इन बिटवीन काहीतरी आहे. आणखीन n minus 1 फॅक्टोरियल म्हणजे काय आहे? 1 पासून n minus 1 पर्यंतच्या सर्व इंटिजरचं प्रोडक्ट आहे, म्हणजे d ची व्हॅल्यू इन बिटवीन काहीतरी असेल n minus 1 to n minus 1 पर्यंतची.
Yes, sir.
Okay, which implies d must divide n minus 1 factorial, since n minus 1 factorial is nothing but the successive multiplication of integers starting from 1 and up to n minus 1, which implies d must divide n minus 1 factorial. Take this one as equation 1. But given that is from given n minus 1 factorial congruent to minus 1 modulo n, then by the definition of congruence, n divides different of these two integers, that is n minus 1 factorial plus 1. This one is equation 2. So d divides n minus 1 factorial and d divides n. So first we will use this one, that is d divides n and n divides n minus 1 factorial plus 1, that is a divides b and b divides c, which implies a divides c, that is d divides n minus 1 factorial plus 1. Take this one as equation 3. So here d divides n minus 1 factorial and d also divides n minus 1 factorial plus 1. Then d divides any linear combination of these two integers. Divide करतो का? d divides a and d divides b. Then d divides ax plus by for any xy belonging to set of integer.
Yes, sir.
Which implies d divides n minus 1 factorial plus 1 minus of n minus 1 factorial, which is nothing but d divides n minus 1 factorial, n minus 1 factorial get cancelled, which is d divides 1. Whether it is possible, t is an integer, here t is an integer such that d is lies between strictly 1 to
No, sir.
n. So d is an integer which is greater than 1, and here we get d divides 1, but this one is not possible. This is not possible. So this will be a contradiction, which implies it will be a contradiction, and this contradiction arises due to our contradiction arises due to our wrong assumption. That is, which one is the wrong assumption?
N is a composite
n
number.
is a composite number. If this one is a wrong, then what is true?
N is
D
prime
is
number.
prime.
Which implies n is a prime number. Therefore, for any integer n, if n minus 1 factorial is congruent to 1 minus 1 modulo n, then n must be a prime number. Okay, ठीक है? म्हणजे विल्सन थेरम पे कन्वर्स हुआ है का?
Yes, sir.
ओके. तुम्हाला काही डाऊट असेल तर सांगा, जर डाऊट नसेल तर विल्सन थेरमवर एक्झाम्पल घेऊ. आहेत का नाही?
No, sir.
सर
Okay,
फर्स्ट
then solve
आणि
this.
सेकंड इक्वेशन वरून थर्ड इक्वेशन काढलंय. ते डी डिवाइड्स एन मायनस वन फॅक्टोरियल आणि सेकंड इक्वेशन एन मायनस वन फॅक्टोरियल इज कॉन्ग्रुएंट टू मायनस वन मॉड ऑफ एन. पण ते प्लस वन कसं काय? पहिल्या इक्वेशन मध्ये प्लस वन नाही की डिवाइड डी ला.
म्हणजे एक मिनिट थांबा. काय म्हणायचं तुम्हाला?
डिवाइड्स एन मायनस वन प्लस वन कुठं आहे पण हे? एन डिवाइड्स एन मायनस वन फॅक्टोरियल प्लस वन आहे. ते ए डिवाइड्स टू सी अँड बी डिवाइड टू सी हे यूज केलं ते प्रॉपर्टी, पण ते प्लस वन नाहीच की फर्स्ट इक्वेशन मध्ये.
तुम्ही काय म्हणाल कळलं नाही, पण मी सांगतो माझा ऐका. डी डिवाइड्स एन मायनस वन फॅक्टोरियल प्लस वन ला नाहीयेच की, पण डी डिवाइड कुणाला करतो? एन ला करतो ना. इथली स्टेप डी डिवाइड करतो का एन ला?
येस सर.
डी डिवाइड करतो एन ला, एन डिवाइड करतो एन मायनस वन फॅक्टोरियल प्लस वन ला. ठीक आहे. म्हणजे काय झाला, हा ए डिवाइड करतो बी ला, बी डिवाइड करतो सी ला. याच्यावरून काय म्हणता तुम्ही?
ए डिवाइड्स टू सी.
A divides C, D divides N divides N minus 1 factorial plus 1, which implies D divides N minus 1 factorial plus 1 ना.
ओके सर.
क्लिअर झालं का डाऊट?
होय सर.
नाही, आणखी काही डाऊट असेल तर विचारा बरं का, असं काही नाही. ओके ठीक आहे. जर डाऊट नसतील तर व्हॉट इज द रिमाइंडर when 15 factorial is divided by 17? What is the value of p here?
$17.
So here p equal to 17. Then we will use which theorem?
Wilson's theorem.
Therefore, by Wilson's theorem, we get p minus 1 factorial is congruent to minus 1 modulo p. What is p minus 1 factorial? 17 minus 1 factorial congruent to 2 minus 1 modulo p, that is 17. But 17 minus 1 factorial is nothing but 16 factorial congruent to minus 1 modulo 17. हां, पुढं काय करायचं? फाइंड आउट काय करायचं आहे? जर 15 फॅक्टोरियलला जर 17 डिवाइड केला तर रिमाइंडर काय होईल? काय करणार पुढे? minus 1 over modulo 17 is nothing but minus 1 ची
16.
व्हॅल्यू काय? 16. 16 फॅक्टोरियल इज कॉन्ग्रुएंट टू 16 मॉड्युलो 17. 16 16 कॅन्सल करायचं का?
No, sir. 15 into 16.
15 into 16 म्हणजे ते फक्त 15 into 16 होईल. रिमेनिंग फॅक्टरचं काय करायचं? 1 to
16
14
into
पर्यंत.
15 factorial.
16 into
15 factorial.
50 factorial congruent to 16 modulo 17.
modulo.
Now मग काय? आता 16 16 कॅन्सल करायचं. होतं का असं कॅन्सल? काय करायचं पुढं? असं असेल तर काय करता हो? AC कॉन्ग्रुएंट टू BC मॉड्युलो n असेल तर काय करता?
A congruent to B modulo n upon GCD of Cn.
मग हे सांगितल्यानंतरच सांगायचं असं ठरवलंय का तुम्ही? Which implies 15 factorial is congruent to what is value of B?
1.
Modulo 17 upon GCD of C and N, which is
1.
GCD of 16 and 17 1, which implies 15 factorial is congruent to 1 modulo 17. Then what is the remainder when 15 factorial is divided by 17? Remainder काय राहिला?
1.
Then the remainder is 1. जर समजा तुम्हाला हा AC कॉन्ग्रुएंट टू BC मॉड्युलो n हा यूज करायचा नाही तर याला कसं लिहू शकता तुम्ही परत? ओके, इथं काय तुमच्याकडे 16 फॅक्टोरियल कॉन्ग्रुएंट टू -1 मॉड्युलो 17. दिस कॅन बी रिटन एज 15 फॅक्टोरियल इंटू 16 and which is congruent to -1 modulo 17. Now, what is the value of 16 over modulo 17? -1 na? Modulo 17. Just multiply by -1 on both sides. We get 15 factorial congruent to 1 modulo 17. Then the remainder will be 1 whenever 15 factorial is divided by 17. असंही solve करू शकता. Now, second example. What is the remainder when 2 into 26 factorial is divided by 29? Here P is nothing but
29.
29. Therefore, by Wilson's theorem, hmm, 29 minus 1, which is 28 factorial congruent to minus of 1 modulo 29. Now, next step is nothing but काय करायचं पुढे? टू इंटू 26 फॅक्टोरियलला जर 29 ने डिवाइड केल्यानंतर मग रिमाइंडर काढायचं. त्यासाठी तुम्हाला 26 फॅक्टोरियल पाहिजे ना लेफ्ट हँड साईडला. काय करणार याला मग? असं लिहू शकता का? 26 फॅक्टोरियल इंटू 27 इंटू 28 लिहू शकतो ना सर?
हो सर.
Which is congruent to minus of 1 modulo 29, which is nothing but 26 factorial. What is the value of 27 over modulo 29? 27 ला 29 होण्यासाठी किती कमी आहे?
-2.
And what is the value of 28 over modulo 29?
-1.
-1, which is congruent to minus of 1 modulo 29. That is -2 into -1, 2 into 26 factorial congruent to -1 modulo 29. Then what is the remainder? हेच पाहिजे होतं ना, 2 into 26
-1.
factorial. -1 रिमाइंडर असतं का? रिमाइंडर निगेटिव्ह कधीपासून यायला सांगा बघू.
28 sir.
28. So the remainder is complete. Third example will be, let P be a prime and A be any integer, then show that P divides e to the power P into P minus 1 factorial plus A. Okay, you are given that P be any prime, P be a prime and A be any integer, and we have to prove that P divides e to the power P into P minus 1 factorial plus A. Okay, first, if P be a prime number, then we can easily here use the Wilson's theorem. As P is prime number, then by Wilson's theorem, what is Wilson's theorem? काय सांगतो Wilson's theorem?
P minus 1 factorial is congruent to minus 1 mod
P
P.
minus 1 factorial congruent to minus of 1 modulo P. That is, by the definition of congruence, P divides P minus 1 factorial plus 1, that is minus of minus 1, which is plus 1. If any integer A divides B, then A also divides any multiple of this B.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as here P divides P minus 1 factorial plus 1, then it divides any multiple of this P minus 1 factorial plus 1. That is, P divides A to the power P into P minus 1 factorial plus 1. So which is nothing but P into E to the power P into P minus 1 factorial plus E to the power P. That is we have to prove. हेच प्रूव्ह करायचं होतं का?
Yes, sir.
हे करायचं होतं. सेम आहे काय ही आणखीन ती?
नो सर.
No, sir.
सेम आहे. इथं काय ए टू दी पॉवर पी इंटू पी मायनस 1 फॅक्टोरियल प्लस ए आहे. इथं तुमचं ए टू दी पॉवर पी इंटू पी मायनस 1 फॅक्टोरियल प्लस ए टू दी पॉवर पी आला ना. म्हणजे एखाद्या इंटिजरची पॉवर आणि तो सेमच असेल का?
नो सर.
मग काय करणार आता? चुकलं का? इथं चेक करा, इथं चेंज करायचं का? इथं ए टू दी पॉवर पी करायचं का? काय करणार? इथं ए टू दी पॉवर पी करायचं का इथंही करायचं? काहीच करायचं. सांगा हो काहीतरी.
ए हा इंटिजर आहे.
बरोबर सांगा तुमचं काय. ए हा इंटिजर.
माझ्या अंडरस्टँडिंग नुसार ए हा इंटिजर आहे. ए रेस टू पी पण हा इंटिजर असतं म्हणून पुटअप करायचं ए.
इंटिजर तर असणारच आहे ना. इंटिजरची कोणतीही पॉवर घ्या, इंटिजरच येणार आहे. तसं मग याचा अर्थ हा झाला का, जर पी डिवाइड करत असेल एखाद्या, पी डिवाइड म्हणू शकत नाही तर कारण ऍडिशन होणार आहे ना. ही दोन इंटिजर सेम असू शकतात का कधी? ए आणखीन ए टू दी पॉवर पी. कारण पॉवर तर तुमची इंटिजरच येणार आहे ना. इंटिजर येते म्हणून दोन्ही सेम असं कसं म्हणू शकता? म्हणजे 4 आणखीन 4 टू दी पॉवर 5 हे दोन्ही सेम झाले का मग? किंवा कोणता तरी इंटिजर जो रिलेटिव्हली आहे तुमच्या पी सोबत. ठीक आहे, ते सेम नसतात. सेम असतात पण त्याला कंडिशन आहे. व्हॉट इज फर्मॅट थेरम? फर्मॅट थेरम स्टेटमेंट.
A raised to p minus 1 is congruent to 1 under modulo p.
त्यासाठी काहीतरी असावं लागतं ना. ए आणि पी असं सगळ्यांसाठी ट्रू थोडीच आहे ते. पी प्राईम असावा लागतो, परत ए आणि पी मध्ये काहीतरी रिलेशन असतं.
P does not divides A.
If P is a prime, and p does not divides a, then e to the power p minus 1 is congruent to 1 modulo p. After that theorem, we have proved one corollary. What is that?
A to
For
the power
any
p is
for
congruent to
any
a
prime
mod
p,
p.
for any prime p, e to the power p is
Congruent to a mod
congruent
p.
to a modulo p. आणखी त्यामध्ये आपण असं प्रूव्ह केलं होतं ना, एक पी ला डिवाइड करेल किंवा पी डिवाइड नाही करणार. दोन्ही केससाठी ट्रू होतं ना, ए टू द पॉवर पी इज कॉन्ग्रुएंट टू ए मॉड्युलो पी. करेक्ट आहे का हे? का फक्त पी डज नॉट डिवाइड ए करत असेल तरच ट्रू होतं?
दोन्हीसाठी ट्रू होतं सर.
नक्की का?
हो सर.
Yes,
We
sir.
know that for any prime p, e to the power p is congruent to a modulo p. म्हणजे ए टू दी पॉवर पी म्हणजेच काय आहे? ए आहे. म्हणजे इथे ए टू दी पॉवर पी ला ए ने रिप्लेस करू शकतो का? दोन्ही सेम आहेत ना, दोघेही सेम रिमाइंडर देणार आहेत जर तुम्ही पी ने डिवाइड केलं तर. डाऊट आहे? त्यात कुणाला डाऊट असेल तर सांगा. ए टू दी पॉवर पी ला तुम्ही ए न कसं रिप्लेस केला, असं काही असेल तर सांगू शकता. डाऊट नसते तुम्हाला? हो नाही काहीतरी सांगा. हो, जर कळाला नसेल तर काहीतरी दुसरं एक्सप्लेन करता येईल. जर कळाला असेल तर काय प्रॉब्लेम? p इक्वल टू 3 घ्या, e इक्वल टू 2 घ्या. आता तुमचा याच्यानुसार काय म्हणतो हा? 2 डिवाइड करणार, सॉरी 3 कशाला डिवाइड करतोय तुमचा? 2 टू द पॉवर 3 इंटू p minus 1, 3 minus 1 factorial, that is 2 factorial, प्लस e to the power p, that is 2 to the power 3. म्हणजेच हे काय आहे? 3 divides 2 cube is 2 cube. What is the value of 2 cube?
8.
8 into 2,
16.
16 plus 8.
24.
म्हणजे इथे डिवाइड करते ना तुमचं 24 ला. हे कशासाठी झालं? इक्वेशन 1 साठी, e to the power p साठी. जर e to the power p च्या ऐवजी जर तुम्ही a रिप्लेस केला तर काय फरक पडतो का? चेक करा. 3 divides 2 cube into 3 factorial plus a. a is nothing but
2.
a 2 आहे ना. 3 divides काय ते? 2 cube into 2 factorial.
18.
18.
टोटल 18 आलं ना. 3 डिवाइड करतो का 18 ला?
Yes sir.
मग काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे का आता ए टू दी पॉवर पी ला जर ए न रिप्लेस केला तर तुम्ही?
No sir.
हे फक्त पर्टिक्युलर एक्झाम्पल साठी सांगितलं बरं का. हे प्रत्येक प्राइम साठी ट्रू होईल असं. त्यामध्ये पी आणि 3 रिलेटिव्हली प्राइम असेल तरी चालेल, नसेल तरी चालेल. ठीक आहे?
Yes sir.
एकदा एक्सप्लेन करा.
काय थेरम एक्सप्लेन करू देत, एक्झाम्पल एक्सप्लेन करू देत?
नाही सर, एक्झाम्पल नको, थेरम.
Here we have given that p be a prime number and a be any integer. Either it is relatively prime to p or it is multiple of p. And we have to show that p divides a to the power p into p minus 1 factorial plus a. So as given that p is a prime number, as p is a prime number, then we use the Wilson's theorem. For Wilson's theorem, we require only one prime number. As here p is a prime number, then by Wilson's theorem, p minus 1 factorial is congruent to minus of 1 modulo p. Then we have to use the definition of congruence. That is, if a is congruent to b modulo n, then n divides the difference of two integers a and b. As here a is p minus 1 factorial and b is minus 1. Therefore, p divides p minus 1 factorial minus of minus 1, which is plus 1. So p divides p minus 1 factorial plus 1. And again we know that if a divides b, then a also divides any multiple of this b. Therefore, p divides a to the power p times this number, that is p minus 1 factorial plus 1, which is nothing but p divides a to the power p into p minus 1 factorial plus a to the power p. But after Fermat theorem, we have seen one corollary, that is for any prime p, a to the power p is congruent to a modulo p, and here there is no restriction on the relation between A and P, that is either GCD of AP equal to 1 or GCD of AP must be multiple of P. Okay, for all such A to the power P is congruent to A modulo P. As A to the power P is congruent to A modulo P, then we can replace this A to the power P by A. Therefore, this one is equation 1 is nothing but P divides A to the power P into P minus 1 factorial plus A. ठीक है?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.